Happy New Year. It's 2021. We made it through another year. So I'm going to be weekly vlogging, I think. Maybe. We'll see how this goes. I just went to the store with my mother and I bought some LaCroix because I am going to try and beat my soda habit that I developed last year. That was probably the worst habit that I developed during a global pandemic, which, you know, could have been worse. So, but there's no reason for me to be drinking soda. So, we'll see how that goes. I used to love this stuff and then I stopped. And now I'm gonna try and trick myself into thinking this is soda until I get tired of this, and then I'll just stop drinking it like I did before, and then I will be saving money. I'll be saving cans from going into a landfill. I did want to show you, it's January 1st. It's a new month, it's a new year, which means new calendars. And I have bought these calendars last year. Like, I think I bought these two like in the middle of the year. I don't remember exactly when I bought this one, but I bought these at the Dollar Tree. So I got them each for $1. And I also bought another calendar at the same time where that I then used like the pictures to decorate my bathroom. So let's open these and look at our first month. This one is a Lisa Frank calendar. I was obsessed with Lisa Frank growing up. It was like the aesthetic to have. And it's just so trippy and fun and cool, and I just love it. Do you guys also love that I'm like, there's my basket of dirty laundry. Here's a mess of stuff. I'm just, you know what? I'm not gonna try and hide anything. 2021 is about authenticity. The thing with getting calendars at the Dollar Tree is they're like real cheaply made, but I don't need them to be like super sturdy. And at least these ones have actual like holes that you can put them up. I've gotten calendars from the Dollar Tree before where they didn't have like the pre-made hole. All right, so here's January's picture. Penguins and dolphins. Oh my gosh, look how cute. Adorable. So I'm not quite sure where I'm putting that up yet. I like to have one in my bathroom. I like to have one right over there. And then we'll probably put one by my door too. I like the first day of each month, like turning over a new calendar picture and having something cute to look at for the new month. Look, life is about the little things, okay? And this is one of the little things that I enjoy. So this is an what does it say? Oh, every moment matters. And it's just like, this first thing says, be kind. It's just really pretty, cute art. And then the January picture, prove them wrong. I don't know who I'm proving wrong, but I'm gonna prove them wrong. It's just cute, right? Now, Dollar Tree, I don't know where they, like, I don't know if Dollar Tree is a Christian company, but often they sell like Bible verse things and like trust in the Lord stuff, you know? And I don't identify as a Christian, but I do have a connection to God and to Jesus. And, you know, I think that the Bible has some empowering and uplifting verses. Do I want to get into a theological thing right now? I don't think so, but just right now, at this time of my life, I don't believe the Bible to be some magical book, but I do have a connection with God and with Jesus, and I've come a long way because there was definitely a time in my life where I never would have bought a calendar with Bible verses on it, but I think that the picture itself is really pretty. I like the aesthetic of it, and then I just like to be encouraged. I like things, I like quotes, I like poetry. So this is a new day, an inspirational calendar. January is be joyful in hope, faithful in prayer. Be joyful in hope, faithful in prayer. And I love it because I do pray. And I am hopeful, and I do find joy in being hopeful. So I love it. Cute. Last couple of years, I've gotten these little astrology books at not at Changing Hands, but at Half Price Books for $2. And it's basically every day is a horoscope for you, for your sign. I'm a Pisces. And it's just like a fun little thing. I keep it in my bathroom, so when I'm getting ready in the morning, I just like pick it up and read whatever it is for that day. And I don't take it like super seriously. It's just fun. And at the front of this book, it does give you like some other astrology information, like if Leos and Pisces are compatible, we're a 2 out of 5. Virgo's 5 out of 5. Okay, maybe I should find a Virgo. Let's see, but Virgo is a 5 out of 5. It's my only 5 out of 5, so maybe I should find a Virgo. Virgos are like super organized though, and I am clearly not, and so I'm afraid that I would just really annoy a Virgo. Okay, so let's read today's. Do you need a calendar? No. My mom literally just sent me a text asking if I need a calendar. That's really funny. Okay, so anyway, January 1st. If you're not a Pisces, I'm sorry, but if you are, this is good because I'm going to read our horoscope for the day. January, Friday the 1st. Happy New Year and welcome to 2021. Last night's full moon may have seen you being your best creative self. Perhaps you found your muse or inspiration to write your next chapter. You are now ready to fully express yourself in service to others. Cool. And then I also got this that I'm going to be doing every day. I got this at Five Below for $5, which I already showed you, but now I can actually open it up and see what it's like. Oh, that's pretty. Woo. The one I've had before has like a magnet here, so you could like put it on a fridge, or it had like a little hook thing so you could hook it somewhere, but that's okay. It was just $5. And Friday, January 1st, 2020. Today, you are you. That is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you. And that's a Dr. Seuss quote, and I love that quote. I love Dr. Seuss. So that makes me really happy. Look how I just love color, and I just love it. I'm so excited for this. So, like I said, with the other one I had, there's like quotes from the East. Like I'd leave them up for longer than a day because they were like quotes I really wanted to like think on, but I have a feeling I won't need to think too hard on some of these. But I'm really excited about this. So at one of my favorite metaphysical shops, they make their own candles, and I think I showed you in one of my Vlogmas, I can't remember. I had one for winter solstice and then a New Year's blessing that I lit last night and left it burning. Don't tell my dad because he really hates that. But I do it safely, so it's okay. But I left it burning throughout the night, and I burn it in my bathroom. And this morning at like 6 o'clock, I heard glass like breaking. And sometimes, like, this might sound weird, but sometimes I have like, I don't know what to call them, but like I'll hear things that aren't actually happening. Like explosions or dog barking sometimes. And it's just like in my ear, like it's not a sound that's actually happening out. I don't know why it happens, and it usually happens like early in the morning sometime. So that's what I thought it was. I was just like, oh, it's just one of those things. Like, but it was so crisp and clear, you know? But they're usually like that. Well, it wasn't. Glass did actually break, and I'm gonna show you what it was. So yeah, that's my candle was burning in there, and it shattered. I've never had that happen before, and thankfully it was like when the candle was pretty much done. So I know that some people would have, I need to take that calendar down, by the way, but I know that some people would have some opinions about the metaphysical aspects of that, like what a candle breaking the glass means. I'm choosing to believe that I'm just going into 2021 with a bang and a pow. The candle specifically was New Year wishes, so I'm believing that my New Year's wishes that I made last night are just gonna be really powerful. It's gonna be all good. But yeah, I like to do like a little setup right here in my bathroom because I feel like this is the safest place to do it. But underneath I had the flower of life, sacred geometry, and then I put out like my most powerful crystals that I really love. And then my little guy, isn't he so precious? He's wearing a crystal on his head. This is a wand that my friend Ashley made me, and it's like the most amazing, beautiful thing ever. Oops. And it's the Arizona Healer is what she named it. Love it. So yeah, I've never had a glass candle votive break before. So that's really interesting. Going along with the astrology theme, because I am not an astrologer by any means, but I am so fascinated by astrology and I love astrology, and anything that I like read about my chart, my birth chart. I'm a Pisces sun, Libra moon, Gemini rising, Aquarius. My Mercury and my Venus are both Aquarius. I can't remember all of them, but anything I read about it, it just like rings really true. And I know that there are lots of people out there who like, they'll read their horoscope or they'll read about their sun sign and it just doesn't resonate, and I get it. Like that's fine. For me though, like it really resonates. And so I'm just fascinated by it, and I find it to be fun. And I also really like to play around with oracle cards, sometimes tarot, although I'm not like super well versed in the tarot. These are my newest cards. They are astrology cards. They're called the Black Moon astrology cards. And I just really like them. So something that I do just about every single day is pull cards for myself. It's just a way for me to like just kind of connect and focus my attention on something other than a screen. And I just like it. So since I'm weekly vlogging, you'll probably see me do this a couple of times. But for today, I want to pull a card for January 2021. What can I look forward to in January 2021? Whew. So what does it say? The solar eclipse. Ooh, revolution. That's kind of intense. This card spells out change. I hope it's a good change. When the solar eclipse card turns up in a reading, you can expect swift changes that end one chapter and start a new one. You may have felt something would eventually happen, not having recently paid much attention to the situation. Then you're presented with a shock or a jolt, and you're reeling over the sudden change. This upheaval takes away what has been familiar and safe, so you can embark on new territories or even venture to a strange new terrain. But it will be daunting. All in all, when the solar eclipse card turns up, it implies you are being forced to make a decision, so act on it. There will be no stepping away from it. Even though you may not have been consciously aware of just how much certain issues were not working, it's time to look ahead and finally resolve what has held you back. Now it's time to begin anew and start the new chapter in the book of life. Well, I am looking forward to starting new. It's a new year. I'm excited. I'm hopeful. So, whatever's coming my way, I'll bring you guys along with me, okay? How about that? Also, you might see this angle quite a bit because I have a pinched nerve, I'm assuming, in my back that causes like really bad pins and needles down my left leg when I sit down. And I really think that I used to have a couch back here, and the couch was literally 50 years old and like deteriorating under me. And like, it's true what they say. They used to make things they used to make them to last or whatever, because it was a good couch for pretty much 50 years. I'm gonna put you back down so I'm not shaking you. But like I said, it was like deteriorating under me and it just offered no support. And I think maybe that's why how I got this pinched nerve. Again, I haven't like been to the doctor or anything because, we're in the middle of a global pandemic and I don't think it's really that necessary or important to go. And one thing I should not have done though was Google it. Shouldn't have Googled my simple symptoms because that literally resulted in a panic attack. I had to take my anti-anxiety medicine, which I only have like for severe, like as needed panic attacks, which thankfully I don't need to take hardly ever. But this, I like spiraled so fast after Googling because because it just like freaked me out. But that was like days ago now. And so now I'm just, making sure that I'm stretching. I got rid of that couch. That couch is no longer here. One thing I'm going to be looking into this month is getting a new couch. But I do not want to spend, like, I've been looking at a couple places like IKEA and Target because I've like, those should be cheap places. I just don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a couch. I just don't want to do it. All of this to say that I'm doing my best to just like not sit. I mean, I do have to sit sometimes, and sometimes I can like find a comfortable position and it doesn't create the pins and needles. And not sitting on the couch really helps. Like what I do have is like a really sturdy chair that has like a supportive butt cushion thing that I use for meditation it actually works really well for meditation because it offers support and cushion. But I want to get something where like if I have a friend over, they can also have a place to sit. Okay, all of this to say that I'm not sitting, I'm trying not to sit, but I still need a place where I can like have my laptop and like do work and stuff. So I don't have a standing desk per se, but I do have this like, it's an entertainment center, but I don't have a TV, so there's no entertainment, but it's like the perfect height for me to have my computer. And there's Tumblr, by the way. I still use Tumblr. This is what I do. So if you see this angle a lot, it's because I'm standing at my makeshift standing desk. Good morning. So on the agenda for today is I have recently painted a wall in my room. I'm not going to show you what color or what it looks like or anything because I'm making its own video. So that'll be out later. I have to wait because I'm also buying a couch and I have to wait for the couch to get in before it's all ready and good to go. But I need to paint the last bit over by my bedroom door, and then I accidentally hit the ceiling a couple of times over there. So I need to touch that up. A couple other places I'm going to touch up. And so that's on the agenda for today. It's a Sunday. I'm taking it easy. I didn't go on my morning walk this morning. I had a little bit of pain in my foot and I just wasn't totally feeling it. And I'm like, you know what? It's Sunday. I'm just going to take the day off. I am going to do yoga a little bit later though. Still doing that every day. Happy New Year. I don't think I've spoken to you guys since that's my rolled up rug that I've rolled up so that I don't get any paint on it. But yeah, Happy New Year. It's been kind of crazy here in the United States and kind of scary and awful and terrible, and what a way to start the new year, and who knows what else is coming. But I really want to do these weekly vlogs, and I was going to start last week and then the thing at the Capitol happened and I was just like, how do I vlog during this? But then I thought about it like after the fact and I was like, no, like no matter what happens this year, I want to document more of it, and I want to document it in real time. So that's where I'm coming from, and hopefully these weekly vlogs are something I actually keep up with. I mean, I did 12 days of Vlogmas, and I was proud of myself for that. And I love the filming, I love the editing, and so it's all for me anyway, you know. I've been painting all morning and now it's time to eat lunch. But I have been reading Gone Girl. I've never read the book and I've never seen the movie, and I only have a vague, like I knew going into it that like the twist was that she did it herself, you know? Like she disappeared herself. I didn't realize that this is a spoiler for Gone Girl if you plan on reading it. I didn't realize that she like set her husband up. What is that? Oh, that's my finger. Sorry. Oh, it's my thumb. Oh, it's like I've never held a camera before. I'm worried that like I'm really shaky because I'm actually shaky because I waited too long to eat lunch because I just wanted to get to a stopping point with what I was doing. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. I didn't realize that the story was that she set her husband up. Which, I mean, I guess I could have... Let's put you there. Can I put you there? Which, I mean, I guess I should have saw coming, because, like, what else would the story be? But anyway, I am actually really, really enjoying it. I regret putting it off for so long, but then do I actually regret it? Because now I'm getting to enjoy it now. Anyway, so I'm like 66% of the way through, so I still have a bit more to go. And what I'm really excited about, like I said, I've never seen the movie, so I'm excited then to finish it, probably tomorrow sometime, and then watch the movie hopefully tomorrow night. And I just keep thinking, like, this is cool. Now I'm gonna have, like, I'll finish the book and then also have a movie to watch after it. So that's pretty cool. I'm not one of those people that's like, the book is better than the movie, which is fine if you feel that way, but I just know that they're two different things. Like, a book is a book and a movie is a movie, and they're not going to be identical. Like, that's impossible. So just view them as two different things and find things. Anyway, whatever. I finished Gone Girl and I watched the movie. So here's my book/movie review. Or I should say my book review and my movie review, because they're different. So I know that I said earlier that I'm someone that tends to like both the book and the movie, and I view them as separate pieces of art. Still true, but I didn't like the movie as much as I liked the book in this situation, which was really interesting because I like genuinely tend to really like movies that are made from books, especially books that I've like already read and really enjoyed, like I almost said A Walk to Remember. A Wrinkle in Time was like one of my favorite books growing up, and I read it multiple times as a child, as a teenager. I've read it multiple times as an adult, and when the movie came out, I was so excited. And my friend, who I also grew up with, we were in the same English classes in like middle school, just before high school, and which is when we first read A Wrinkle in Time. So like we had that connection, is what I'm trying to portray. And she and I went to go see the movie in theaters, which is a big deal for me because I don't go to the movies. Well, I mean, no one really goes to the movies anymore, but pre-pandemic, I wasn't really a big moviegoer. So it was a big deal that I went to go see A Wrinkle in Time. And I just like sat there and like in tears, just like so happy and like watching the movie. Like it was just so good. And when it was over, my friend turned to me and she was like, it was okay, you know. And I just remember being like, I love being able to see like this story that I've loved for so long come to life. And then of course, like the Harry Potter movies, I was obsessed with the books as they were coming out each year. I would read them in like a weekend, you know? So when the movies started coming out, that was amazing. I still enjoy watching those. Just, you know, if we ignore the creator. And The Giver was one of my favorite books growing up, and I really loved that movie as well, you know? So I don't know if it's like a nostalgia factor. Like, I couldn't think of anything in recent years. There's gotta be one somewhere, and maybe I'll look one up. Like, a book that I've read as an adult that didn't pertain to my childhood, that then became a movie that I also enjoyed. So anyway, I give those examples as a way to defend myself, that I tend to be someone that really enjoys movies that I've read the books for, which just wasn't the case with this movie. I'm talking about Gone Girl. I don't know if I mentioned that. But the book, my short and sweet book review is that it's a really, really good book. I gave it 5 stars on Goodreads, which is a pretty good rating. I was like enthralled the whole time. I feel like the voices are very strong in both of the main characters, because it's written like one chapter from the perspective of the husband and the next chapter is written from the perspective of the wife, and they switch back and forth. And like, spoilers, like, they're psychotic, like they're sociopaths, like, for sure. And as I was reading it is like, I was never really on the husband's side, but I definitely like wanted her to get away with what she does, because I was just rooting for her, even though she's like obviously crazy, you know? She's obviously a terrible person. They're both terrible people, but which is also interesting because I've read other books where the characters are terrible people, and it's like, I do not enjoy the story at all. But with this book, I was like, yeah, they're terrible people, and I want to know more. Like, I want to keep reading. I loved the book. Short and sweet, I loved the book. I was really excited to watch the movie. The movie, on the other hand, there's obvious, like, things to be said about books being turned into movies. Like, you just can't fit every detail in to a 2.5 hour long movie, right? Like, that's obvious, and there's only so much you can do. I was optimistic starting off because the author of the book also wrote the screenplay. So I was like, well, that's promising. But again, there's only so much you can do in 2.5 hours, right? My biggest gripe with the movie, though, is that their voices just don't come through as strongly as they do in the book. Like, I felt like we didn't really get to understand Amy, the wife, like we do in the book. And which is frustrating because it's so compelling in the book, right? And then I don't really care for Ben Affleck one way or the other. I'm very neutral on him as an actor, like in his acting abilities. But he really fell flat, I don't know, in this movie. Like, he was not convincing. I was just so let down by his performance. And it was just like, he just didn't convince me that he really understood the role he was playing. It was so weird. I did like his twin sister. I thought she did a good job. I loved the lawyer, Tanner Bolt, in the movie. He's played by, oh my gosh, I can't think of his name. He was great. I don't know. I don't feel one way or the other about who plays Amy's parents. And the detective was okay, I guess. She was pretty solid. Neil Patrick Harris as Desi. I don't know, but they also just didn't give him, I don't know. I guess I was underwhelmed with his performance as well. So, disappointed in the movie. I just wasted 2.5 hours, I guess. It's a long movie, and I'm so tired by the end of it, which is why I didn't, film this review last night. I just went to bed. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Did you read or see the movie Gone Girl, and what do you think of it? Did I miss something? Like, I don't know. I was just underwhelmed, I guess. Okay, the other thing I want to talk about, though, is that on my morning walks, I've started listening to audiobooks. And I've started listening to Lauren Graham's, what's it called? Something like I'm Talking So Fast or something. I don't know. But Lauren Graham, who plays Lorelai Gilmore. And Gilmore Girls is one of my favorite shows, like, of all time. I've rewatched it. I rewatch it like every November. I just love it so much. And I love her. And so getting to listen to her read her book, that's her talking about like her life and Gilmore Girls and stuff like that, it like brings me to tears. It makes me emotional because I just love her so much. And she seems like such an authentic and genuine person. And she just seems so good, And I really like that. But there was like she talked about stuff in Gilmore Girls that I didn't know. Like how they weren't sure that the last episode was going to be the last episode. And it ended up working because then they came back 10 years later to do the extended 4 episodes, which was cool. But then like just the dirtiness on a very mild scale of Hollywood, and like only Alexis, who plays the daughter, Rory, only her and Lauren were given a call about the end of the show. And the other actors, some of them just found out by like random people. Like the guy that plays the grandpa, he found out like at a grocery store by a cashier that the series had been canceled. And I'm like, that's so disrespectful to these actors, especially, his name is Ed. I can never remember his last name because I always want to call him Ed Helms, who plays Andy on The Office, another one of my favorite TV shows. So anyway, it's just really interesting to hear her. She also has a chapter because she was like single for so long, and like it was constantly brought up in interviews and became this thing. Like, why is Lauren Graham like always single? Why can't she get a man, which is just stupid. But then she eventually finds someone that she wants to spend her life with, who, played her brother on Parenthood. But she has this whole chapter about like how she wished she just wouldn't have worried so much about being single for so long, because there's so much more out there, and it really is not something to be stressed about. And it resonated with me because I'm someone who stays pretty single. I just don't resonate with romantic relationships all that often. I'm open to it if it happens, if I find someone, but it's like not a priority to me the way that it seems to be for the majority of people. Because if you look in anything in our media or on your social feeds, or even I look at my closest friends and I'm the only single person, So it's just, and I'm okay with that. It's just like this weird energy you get from other people. So it was nice to hear from someone that I like respect, who's like, yeah, it's really not that big of a deal. So I highly recommend listening to her book if you were a fan of Gilmore Girls or Parenthood. That's what the other show is. Just if you like her, because she's just hilarious and thoughtful and really interesting. So I recommend that if you are looking for an audiobook to read. I like to use the library to rent audiobooks because you can rent them for free, and it's awesome. all the Valentine's stuff. I love Valentine's Day. Look how cute. Oh my god, I want them. Please. I'm dead. Look at how cute they are. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I want them all. I just went to the grocery store. My mom wanted me to pick up some chocolate chips. So I'm hoping that means she's gonna make some chocolate chip cookies. I'm hoping. But I also, while I was waiting to hear back from her, I texted her asking like how many she wanted me to get. And so while I waited to hear back from her, I just walked down the seasonal aisle because I love me a seasonal aisle. And I had to get some candy. This is Hershey's Kisses Roses milk chocolate melt-away. Milk chocolate with a chocolate melt-away center. I don't have any idea what that means, but I'm gonna try it. Love the wrapping, super cute. I mean, it's good, it's milk chocolate. I don't understand what the melt away. Maybe if I let it melt in my mouth, I don't know. We don't have time for that right now. So if this vlog seemed a little disjointed, it's because it was a mismatch of 2 different weeks, because at first my plan was to just vlog a little bit every single day, but halfway through the first week here in America, things got a little crazy because of, you know, what happened at the Capitol. And so I just was like, well, how am I supposed to vlog during this time? Looking back on it, you know, no matter what happens this year, I just want to vlog. I just want to document like me, how I'm feeling in those moments, and just have it be real and authentic. I don't know why. I just feel like doing that this year. So when it happened, I hadn't thought about. I wasn't in the mindset for it yet, because it was totally unexpected for me anyway. So I was originally just gonna scrap and start over like in week 2, which is why like halfway through this vlog I'm wishing you a happy new year, and it seems like at the start of a vlog, but it's not. Anyway, you don't need this explanation, but this is the explanation, is that I've just kind of put 2 weeks together. But here on out, I'm gonna try and do pretty much weekly. And I hope you stick around and let me know how you're doing. And let's just see how this year goes. And that's it for me. I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.